All right, we're live.
All right, it's a football Sunday, but that doesn't mean we ain't watching the Mets. Oh, Clem, I don't think those mountains are blue.
Oh, they are blue, Kevin.
Are
My
they?
hands
Okay,
are blue.
couldn't
It's
see
so
real
cold
quick.
because it's the beer that's made the chill. I'm
Okay.
freezing.
I got a little scared. I said, is Clem drinking Silver Mountains right now? Absolutely not.
tell.
Blue Mountains only. Keep them nice and chill because Coors Light is the beer, like you said, baby. That's the beer to chill. Whether you're kicking back and watching football today, whether you are still a psychopath like us and you're watching fucking baseball, it's like, God damn it, why don't we just move on? This is the best time of year for football where it's like, it's the fall. It's a little bit chilly, but it's still nice and sunny. You got your shades on there. I'm going to pop my shades on too, Clem. Solidarity.
That's it, baby. Keep it going.
You know, it's like now's the time to actually enjoy some football. And instead, we're still sitting here watching baseball in a shortened season that still feels like we're on game 151 right now. I can't believe it still feels like it's been a full season, but it has because it's been so up and down and so dramatic. And the only reason we're still here today is because of Blue Mountains and Coors Light. When I crack that, it's almost like Pavlov's dog. I hear like the and I'm like, I start to relax. I'm like, okay, calm down. It's going to be all right. Then I take a sip, and it's like, okay, don't worry about the bullpen. Don't worry, Stevie's coming. It's like Steve Cohen and Coors Light are like intertwined into one in my mind now.
Kev, I said that the other day for the ad. I didn't know how to Coors Light and Steve Cohen are like the same thing. I said it's the official beer of happiness. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that. But like it is like I associate Coors Light. Like we've been doing these. I associate Coors Light with Steve Cohen with Coors Light, and there's nothing but good things that come from that. So thank you, Coors Light, because there's nothing but
we're gonna get
memories.
We're getting an email from Coors Light corporate being like, we're not legally allowed to say that Coors Light can cause happiness. Sorry. But it can. Unofficially, off the record, non-scientifically, Coors Light inspires happiness. What does not inspire happiness is the New York Mets. And not even, like, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer because obviously they've won some good ball games recently, but they don't ever inspire happiness. They certainly inspire misery, and they might inspire, like, anxiety and then a rush of excitement, but it's never just like I'm happy I'm watching the Mets. You know, even when they're good, it's like, whoa, that was awesome and I can't believe we did it. But it's never just like, good, Mets baseball's on. No, never.
We got we're 462 winning percentage. The Reds are 491 for the last spot right now.
God,
and Trevor Bauer got knocked around last night. So
yep, that's what we're clinging on to hope that give up a couple dingers and that might leave the door open for Jake to. I mean, like you said yesterday, Kyle. The same thing happened last year where it looked like Ryu kind of had it locked up for a long time. I mean, he had it going for months, and then he stumbled in September, and Jake did not because he's a goddamn machine. I could not believe that start. I mean, that was as shocking as anything I've seen in baseball this year because he's that reliable. So I still have any other pitcher I'd be like, that was it really. But Jake is the type who he really might pull this out somehow. So
he's pitching tomorrow too. It's already confirmed. So
okay, good. So back on the hill, got a chance to redeem himself. The hamstring's healed, and we might get our dream, our triple crown Cy Young 3 in a row. As far as the team right now, Alonso back in the lineup, which is good because I think we need that. I want Alonso to maybe hit a dinger or two to wrap things up here and kind of go into next season with a little bit of positivity. But the rest of that lineup, I mean, it kind of is what it is. Jimmy's back, which we love to see. Cano's still fucking sitting there in the middle of that lineup. I mean, as long as he's going to hit a home run here and there or actually produce, he'll be in because of that contract. And the rest of those guys we've been pulling for all year. So, I mean, not much left to say here on game, what is it, 52 or something?
52. Yep.
52.
Left.
So, we know what we're going to get. Well, we don't know exactly what we're going to get. We know it's going to either be like a great win or a fucking embarrassing loss. I really don't feel like there's been much in between with the Mets, at least of late.
We know how we're going to get it. We don't know what it's going to be, but we know how we're going to get it.
Yeah,
it's coming on a fucking platter of chaos and our hearts and blood and guts. So
yep.
And we'll go with Coors Light to celebrate responsibly. Was going to help us wash it all down and make us chill at the end of the day.
Amen. What do you think? Give me one thing you'd like to see happen today.
I want to see Edwin Diaz come out and dust them again. I want an Edwin Diaz clean sheet.
Okay, I like that. I think as long as we can continue to get solid Diaz performances, and that every time he pitches well, this thing becomes more real. This idea that what I do have to tip my cap to the analytics nerds. I was very harsh, Joe DeMayo and those guys. I was like, you guys are crazy, and I still stand by that. I still think at the point that those guys anointed Diaz as back, I still think was way too early, because like in the same week he had blown a save, but they were right. Like I think the solid play caught up to those stats, if you will.
No, the T word is what I had a problem with. You can say he's pitched well. The number, you can't like fight numbers, but the T word, you say trust.
Correct.
That's almost the G word with guarantee. Trust
Right.
and guarantee. Two words I don't want to hear unless like Mariano Rivera is like the only closer you could ever like truly trust.
Yeah, that is true.
Right?
That is really true. There's really nobody you can trust, but certainly not Diaz. The T word and the G word we don't do. The C word we let fly all the time here. But all that being said, I do have to give it up to them, because they were looking at the numbers. They said, guys, this guy's good, and it looks like maybe they're right, but I still need to see more of that. And so every Diaz outing, that's a good one. We take a step closer to that. I want to see Pete. I mean, I'd love to watch him hit a fuck bomb, but I just want to see him well today. Is he DHing or first? I didn't see. I think he's DHing, right?
First base.
I'm pretty sure he's
first
DHing.
Base.
So, first base. All right.
Yep.
So, well, whatever.
Oh, wait.
I don't like that.
Did you say Dom or did you say Pete?
No, Pete.
Oh, yeah, no. He's DHing. You're right.
Okay. So, Pete DHing. I want to see a couple fuck bombs if possible, and just some solid play, because I do feel like he's an emotional cat. I know that he worries about his brand, if you will, which I think is a dicey proposition, because it's like we said last night, you got some things to worry about first, but it's also, I like that in a guy. I like that he's modern. I like that he thinks about these things. And I do like, if you're going to be kind of a leader and maybe one day a captain of the team, that, you've got an air about you, And so I'm okay with all that. And I think because of all that, he's a little bit emotional and like thinks about it a lot. So I want him to get out of his own head, play ball, and get some quality at bats underneath his belt as we wrap up here, to just go into the Cohen era more like last year and a little bit less like some of the low points of this year. I mean, at the end of the day, we he probably would have hit 35 home runs this season, and it's not like he's, catastrophic, but we all can admit that this season was not like last season. Kyle, what's the one thing you'd like to see?
I'd like to see Rick Porcello get through 2 innings, because that seems to be our hang-up right now. So
Ricky.
Just 2. That's all I need.
A complete game shutout, Alfred. We just want to get to the 3rd inning here.
Manageable baseball, and a game that's not 4 hours would be ideal on a football Sunday.
That's a you know what? It's funny. A lot of normal fans out there will never really think that way, but for us, when you're covering the game, announcing the game, media, whatever, long ass games like that, especially during a football Sunday where you want to enjoy yourself and watch some other shit, a 4-hour baseball game is not what anybody's looking for right now. So the 3 things to look for: we got Ricky Two Freds pitching somewhat of a manageable game. We're hoping Pete Alonso does some big things, and maybe another Edwin Diaz appearance with the get the fucking trumpets out. And we'll be back after the game for another We Gotta Believe Quickie, brought to you by Coors Light. Enjoy your football. Keep your eye on the Mets, and come on back in a few hours, hopefully 3 or less, and we'll talk to you then.
Gotta believe.